Hello, it's Amanda from Willow and Pip. Welcome to my Saturday in my soap and candle making studio. It's been a little while since I've been down in my soap studio because I feel like I've been doing everything for the business except working in the business, if that makes sense. I have been extremely busy on refilling orders for some of my retail locations. And I was also lucky enough to get picked up by a new retail location where I've gone in on consignment in a shop in Port Elgin, which is the town right beside my town I live in Southampton. And so for that reason, I my soap studio just looked like a tornado has gone through it. I had to, take a bunch of inventory that I had made and put bands, labels on it. I had to package everything up into portable cardboard boxes. And I had to make a lot of products that I wasn't anticipating to make in short order. And because I had already been preparing for a spring slash end of spring market, I was able to take advantage of the inventory that I had put aside for that market, but it was still a lot of work because I had to go through all of the boxes that I had already started packaging up and recount quantities and inventories and redo lists, etc. And so what happened to my soap studio and candle studio is it just every single surface felt like I had product on it. Every shelf space I had product on it, kind of half taken apart, um, you know, shelves of products. It just felt, I don't know if you're like me, but I really have a hard time working in a cluttered environment. I find the physical clutter also clutters my mind. So today's goal was really about just getting into the soap and candle making studio. I have one soap that I need to make today, but primarily I knew most of my time would be spent just on getting my studio organized. I started today with cleaning off my soap shelves, and I do this in sort of two phases, which is probably a little less efficient, but I have not bought those fancy curing trays. I know you can get them off of Uline. That's a goal of mine in the future on my business, but I try to work with what I have without purchasing um, anything that's not directly saleable in my business right now. That I'm at the stage of growth where I'd rather put money into more product, being able to make more product in advance or creating a new product right now than I would on something like a physical curing tray or another shelving unit. So how I cure my soap is once I cut my soap out of the soap molds, I place them on a cardboard mat that just comes from, I just reuse it from my raw orders of my candle vessels. Anyway, I put the cardboard placemat down and I just place each individual soap bar on top of those cardboard mats on a shelf, which you can kind of see throughout this video, but they stay there for 4 weeks. I just make sure I've got each soap bar separated, and then that means the air can get around the soap bars for the soap bars to purely harden. And once that 4 weeks is over, I then store my soap in these little totes. And I really like this for a couple of reasons. It keeps it clean, keeps dust, anything like that off of your soap bars, but you can stack them in different ways. And I find you can really fit them in a lot, use a lot more, take advantage of the small real estate that I do have in this soap room. And then, of course, I can stack the bins on top of each other, as well as make, quickly grab them for a market, anything like that. It just keeps it really cool and concise. And then visually, I label each of those bins, but you can also see through them. And I can just sort of see where I'm at on my inventory versus when I have them on the curing racks, it starts to get a little hodgepodge, a little messy. And again, just kind of hard for me at a glance to know where I'm at. And, for anyone that runs their soap business like me, if you have a full-time job on this, like primarily the soap business for me is what I do in the evenings and weekends as I can fit it in. I just really need things that I can kind of take a quick glance, know what I need to make next, and kind of move on from there rather than spending a lot of time searching for products. So this is just what I do. Um, I also will, you kind of can see some cardboard boxes behind me. So that's a combination of whether it be like blank inventory, like candle vessels, containers, just packaging material that I will put product into. And once I make a product, so right now I'm packaging up my repair balm. I do like to put those back in boxes, again, just for easy transport. I don't have to handle each product one by one. I can just put the boxes on the shelves, and it not only saves me space, but it also keeps me organized because I'll put a label on all those boxes, and then I'll know my eye will go to the shower steamer box, or whatever the product is. And again, I can see really, really quickly what I need to make, what I'm out of, and when I'm starting to pack for whether it be a market or another retail restock, I can get to things quite quickly. Since my last video, I am in progress of updating my website with a new product release. So I was talking about making solid dish soaps, and I did successfully land on a recipe I'm really happy with. I had a friend of mine test it out, um, my relative tested out, I've tested it out, and really, really happy with the recipe. So I actually was able to make just a small quantity. I think I ended up about 8 of them going into this new retail location in Port Elgin for sale. And for anyone who also runs a business, knows that that's no small feat, because you have to apply for your INCI labels. You have to put proper bands and pricing, and so that it takes longer than one would think. So of course, about 4 weeks, I was able to get that new product launched. My next step for that product is I'm going to get it listed on my website proper, because I have a bad habit sometimes of making new products, getting them out at a market that I have coming up, or into a retail location, and then I don't like doing the website stuff. So I find I'm more hesitant on that, or I procrastinate on that side. But I have a bad habit of not going back and updating it on the website, and I'm really challenging myself to make sure that that's happening, because of course, if you're not listing it for sale, you're not going to make sales. So my goal today was not only to clean up the soap studio, but the soap I was going to pour was more of these solid dish soaps, because again, I only made 8 of them, and a couple of them had already sold in this retail location. And I've had a couple people reach out to me asking when it'll be available for sale on my website. So I know I've got some sales just sitting there. So as aside from making them, I am spending time this weekend on updating the product listing in my Shopify store and getting them listed proper so people can order. I am keeping about 12 candles each right now in inventory. It's not candle season, so I don't need a ton, but this is me just catching up. Again, the soap studio was all over the place. So I was prepping for a market, but then I had to pivot really quick to go into this retail store. So I sort of um, reached into that market stock. And so because of that, I had to repour more candles to prep for the market. So I like to have 12 candles of each kind on hand. And that's what I will bring to the market. And then when I'm done the market, I will come back into my soap studio and then replenish these boxes so that I have about 12 on hand. And that's more than enough for me right now during like non-candle season. When I get into the fall and Christmas, I will probably double that. Again, I find right now where I'm at with my life and business, I err on the side of I like to have the inventory on hand. You have to do that within reason, because of course, the more inventory you have on hand, the more money you have just sitting there, and not real money in your bank from sales. But so this kind of quantity on hand or inventory on hand does change, whether it be for the season and for what's going on in my personal life. But right now, I'm just happy to get a bit more of a stock behind me, because I do offer quite a few varied products, and therefore, if I get an order on my website or from a retailer to restock, there's some products that I just like to know I've got. and then I'm not making everything and holding up, either sending out, fulfilling that order, or making that retailer wait any longer than is necessary. This has taken a lot. This has taken a long time for me to build up to this point, because again, the more inventory you have on hand, the more essentially, like, that's just essentially a liability, I guess, because it's just money, that you haven't yet made a sale for. So, I've built up to this. It's not perfect, but I think I do have a good handle on, the financial side of the business, how much I can reasonably hold on hand, as well as, like, time is money and precious to me as well in my personal life, spending time with my family and kids. So I kind of balance that all out. It's obviously not a very crisp formula, but for candles, that's the quantity that I feel comfortable with right now at this stage of my game. From a soap side, I usually like to have at least 2 loaves of soap sitting in the curing tray, if not four for some of the more popular soaps. But for some of the less popular soaps, I would say two is about that sweet number. And that's also dependent on how many sales you're doing when. So, although my soap studio is not really an Instagram worthy soap studio, I love it. I find I go for practicality over looks, and I just find that this space. I have a couple of tables that you can see in the middle. The one metal cart there has wheels on it. I can move things around depending on what products I'm making where. I have kind of some temporary lighting that I can kind of move around. There's a bit of a dark corner in this one location of the soap studio, and I just find that the space is just about perfect. I've got my working sink. But again, I know it's not maybe the most visually appealing. I am thankful that this space is just totally dedicated to soap and candles. I can close the door if I have a project mid pour or halfway completed or not labeled, and I know that nobody else in the house will be in here for any reason, and I can keep things really, really clean in a really controlled environment. And that also helps me with my work week and being able to balance all of the other things that I balance in my life, as I'm sure all of you do as well. I can't believe how refreshed and just reinvigorated I felt after being able to tackle some of this stuff and get my studio back into working condition. I think I have things reasonably clean now. I can start my next project without as much clutter in my brain and physically as well. Thanks for joining this week. If you liked this content, please like and or subscribe. See you next time.